What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Insecure Season 4, Episode 4 review. So, on tonight's episode, all the tenants come knocking on Issa's damn door because her dumb ass and forgot to pay the water bill, do something with the water. They are pissed with her ass. That shit was funny as hell. So Chinese Takeout goes to Molly's house to spend the night with her and to see her. So they start kissing out, making out. They about to, do the damn thing. But her mind is on work because she was working when he showed up. So he was like, you need to go ahead and finish that. She was like, yeah, let me just finish this real quick and I'll be right back. Well, her finishing up turned out to be hours later. By the time she got done, it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. He was sleeping in bed. So she goes and wakes him up and they finish doing the do. I thought that he was going to have an attitude right then and there because no way did you have me come over here to spend time with you and you knew you had to work. But he took it like a champ and he cracked her back. So Issa is overwhelmed with things for the block party. The printer needs notes for the flyer. She's been trying to contact condolences about it, but she hasn't hit her back yet. So she like, what's going on? Like, why all of a sudden she go cold turkey on me? We were supposed to been doing this together. She's supposed to been giving me help, and now the bitch done went MIA. I hate when people do shit like that with you. Like, especially when it come to business. Like, say what you got to say. Don't be giving me the run around. Just a little MIA. Like, that is so unprofessional. I don't like the way that she's doing Issa. Like, regardless of what's going on with you and Lawrence, like, bitch, pull it the fuck together. And if you don't want to help her no more, just say that or give her somebody else that could be able to help her. You just don't ghost nobody like that. So Molly is at work and she's getting along with the ladies now, her job, which I'm really happy to see because, they couldn't stand her ass last season. Molly is swamped with work and everything. So one of the ladies has to leave to go home to her family. So Molly feels like, she needs to be a team player. So she volunteers to stay longer with one of the other ladies instead of going out with Chinese Takeout. So once again, she's putting him on the back burner. Molly and Issa pull up at the same time to Tiffany's house to see the baby. And they both trying to get the same parking space. It's so awkward as hell because things are just so off between them right now at this point. So Issa gets a call from Nathan as she's walking up to the house wishing her well on the block party, and she kind of like smiles. It really wasn't no like, oh, he called me, yay. It was like bittersweet type of thing. So I was like, I knew that he was going to come back this season. I'm kind of figuring, okay, this is how he's going to come back into the episode. We'll talk about that later. So she and Molly are outside the house and they talking about them not being able to get together for their Sunday workouts or whatever, how they both been so busy, but they still want to do it. But you can tell it's awkward between them and they just saying that they want to do it to not offend the other one and just to seem like, yeah, I still want to be around you, girl. But it's so much that has been left on the table that's been left unsaid between them two that they really need to discuss. So, Tiffany's baby girl is born. She's a cute little baby named Simone. So Derek, her baby daddy, and Lawrence are in the room talking with the baby. And Derek eating the ass gonna say, man, someday gonna feel fuck my daughter. That shit had me cracking up laughing because that's every father's worst nightmare, their daughter dating. So that shit had me dying laughing. But then he gets to talking about how the baby wasn't a planned pregnancy. It was totally unprepared. They were unprepared for it. It messed up, their, future plans they had with each other as far as traveling and finances and this and that. But how, now that she's here, they wouldn't take it away for anything in the world. And it really makes Lawrence think on his situation with condolences because, she didn't want a family. She, not right now, and she doesn't want to get married, so it's kind of leaving him in a really awkward space of trying to figure out, well, what does he want for his life, because he knows that he does eventually want a family and these things. So all the girls, Issa, Tiffany, Kelly, and Molly are folding the baby clothes, helping her with the baby, washing everything. Tiffany drunk ass over there sipping and drinking, bitch. She give a damn about that goddamn baby. Issa finally gets the final flyer and she loves the way it looks. Tiffany talks about Derek being there for her, while she was in the hospital and since she's been home with the baby. Molly then says how Chinese Takeout has been there for her when she's struggling morning, noon, and night, like he's down to help her out. And that's what true partnership is. So Issa makes a comment, damn Jada, I see you red table talking, and it was a joke, honestly a joke, but you can tell that when Molly was talking, she was kind of giving her this look like, you in a healthy relationship? Like, okay, girl, like, all right. So it's one of those situations where it was a joke, but low key, it was like, okay, girl, all right. So you know how you be side-eyed the fuck out your friends, and this was one of those moments. So Molly could feel the shade. and points it out. And Issa was like, I was just joking, like, the fuck? So Issa gets a call from a number that says don't answer. Now, I don't know whose number is that. Whose number is don't answer? Am I missing something? Who is don't answer? Is it Nathan? Well, no, is it Nathan? Is it dark skinned nigga from last season? Who is that? Who that is? So Issa asks where to put the baby stuff, and Molly said, you weren't here last week, but we decided those things go over there by the changing table. And Issa kind of looked at her like, okay, but that was Molly throwing shade at her for never being available to anybody anymore. So they just continue to snipe at each other and throwing bullets and shit. They just busting caps all over the place. So Molly and Tiffany leave the room. And Issa asks Kelly, has Molly said anything to her about, Issa? She was like, no. And so she brings up that she feels like Molly has just been on her neck here lately and acting like she's the messiest bitch of them all. And like her life is so perfect. And Kelly was like, I just think y'all need to talk. Like maybe it's a big misunderstanding. And Issa was like, nah, I just feel like she sees me how she sees me. And this is how things happen in friendships. You start harboring all these feelings towards the other one, feeling some type of way, and then instead of talking about it, you just keep this shit inside and just continue to move further and further away from each other, and to the point it becomes a point where you just no longer talk, because instead of having that confrontation, you just try to avoid it at all costs because you want to keep the friendship, and if you go there it's gonna fuck up everything, and you just like, fuck it, she don't fuck with me like that, I don't fuck with her. Like, it's all about pride. It's all about ego. It's all about not getting your feelings hurt. It's all of those things, not wanting to fight, not wanting to argue, not wanting your friend to call you on your shit. It's just a lot. Kelly points out Lawrence is in the kitchen looking like a whole provider child, and he was. So he asks Issa, do she want to go outside and talk? So they go outside and talk. And Chinese Takeout asks Molly via text, are they still gonna go out to the movies that night? And she says she's still helping Tiffany with the baby and she gotta work. So he was like, okay, once again, she's putting him on the back burner for work. And there's no problem with that, but you have to learn how to balance things out if you want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to make the person feel like they're not important in your life, So, Tiffany comments on Molly and Chinese Takeout having a cute baby. And she says that she's taking things slow and not trying to do too much. Tiffany said, whatever makes you happy. And so Molly said, did Issa say something to you? And she was like, no. So they both think that they're talking about them to their other friends, and that's not even the case. So Molly said, she thinks I don't want to be happy. I think it's funny because she told me, she calls me old Molly, but she's out there doing old shit too, because she peeped Issa and Lawrence outside talking to each other. She looking at her like, this bitch here always want to talk about me and my shit, but here she go backtracking with this unemployed ass nigga. So Tiffany tells her that she's probably feeling the same way that she's feeling and suggests they talk. Issa tells Lawrence that she's been trying to reach out to condolences, but she hasn't heard anything. So he was like, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You could tell he's about to tell her something. So I'm thinking at this point, are they broken up? Is that what's going on? Like they're no longer together? That's what he's about to tell her? Or is it that he's about to tell her that they made the decision that she won't work with Issa anymore in order for them to have a relationship? And I really think that's where we're going to go next week, that she's pulling back from being around Issa so their relationship can continue to grow. So Issa gets a call, though, before he can answer her. And it's a call telling her that her headliner has dropped out of the event. So she asked him, like, what was he about to say? And he was like, nothing, we can talk about it later. Go handle your business. So Issa comes back inside and tells the ladies that she's about to leave. Molly peeps out the window that Lawrence is leaving too. So she automatically thinks in her head that they about to go be on some other shit together. And it's the furthest thing from the truth. But they both side-eyed each other, so instead of just asking, she just like, girl, like, you stupid bitch. I hate to see them like this, but I think that they're doing a great job of showing how the breakdown of friendships roll out, because especially in Black girl friendships, they are doing an excellent job of portraying this. So she look at Tiffany when Issa leave, like, see that? See what the fuck I was talking about? And she look like, okay, girl. So Issa Googles local LA artists and reached out to people to see if she can get some, like DJ Mustard and them and whoever to come perform at her event. So Molly and Chinese Takeout are having dinner together, and she thinks that they're gonna have a nightcap, but he tells her he's going out with his friends, and she mad because she's like, it's date night, like I'm here, I'm present, and he was like, well, I assumed you might be working or whatever because that's all your ass do, and she was like, no, but I'm here, and he was like, I mean, but the fuck, like you always busy. How was I supposed to know that tonight of all nights you weren't gonna be busy? So he was like, you know what, fine, I'll just call them and tell them I'm not gonna come. She was like, no, just go ahead and go or whatever. And it's kind of awkward between them, but they push through it. So Issa calls Molly and she answered the phone with an attitude. And Issa not even paying attention to the fact that it's tension in her voice. Issa's like, I really need to talk to you. And Molly saw her. She's like, oh my God, my friend needs me. We can finally talk. I can tell her what's been going on with me. She can tell what's been going on with her. So she was like, girl, like you have no idea. I've been over the swamp with work. Like things are just so hectic. And she trying to talk to Issa. And Issa was kind of like, okay, sorry to hear that, girl. But okay, back to me. And I have to be honest with you. I have a bad problem with doing that to people, and I've actually had to work on that with not making everything about myself and paying attention to other people's feelings and what they have going on, because I have been bad at that in the past. So that part, I felt like they captured that 100%. So when she does that to Molly right back having an attitude like this bitch hers. Like she don't give a fuck about what I got going on or nothing. So Issa tells her that, you know, her headliner dropped out and that she got to find somebody else to replace him, and that the artist that she found is repped by Chinese Takeout's company, and asks Molly would she ask him to help her. And Molly automatically got an attitude like, bitch, how the fuck you just gonna ask me, can I ask him to help your ass? Like the fuck? So Molly automatically, assuming the worst of Issa, say, did you have a contract with the headliner? Issa was like, yeah. She was like, did you miss a payment? Because you know she just used to Issa being a fuck up. And she was like, no, the next payment wasn't due until next week. She was like, well, you had to have done something for him to just pull out. And Issa was like, girl, I'm not going to even dignify that with an answer. Like, can you help me? She was like, I just need to fix this. Can you work that pillow talk, girl? Or whatever. And right about now, Issa is being fucked up because don't call me because you need my help. But other time here lately, you've been calling me. You see, so they at this point they're both wrong. They're both doing fucked up shit to each other. Molly don't really want to, but says she gonna help her out. So that night she goes to see Chinese Takeout at his place, and she apologizes for making him feel like an afterthought. So he says that they're not in the honeymoon stage anymore. They really gonna have to work at balancing things out, and she agrees. And she says to him, I ain't never been in a relationship this long. I don't really know what to do with myself. And I thought that was a very honest moment for her. So she tells him that he's her main priority outside of work, and they make out. So Issa gets a phone call from Molly, and Molly tells her that she didn't ask Chinese Takeout and she's not going to. I was like, damn. When she said it like that, I was like, fuck. And Issa was even like, damn, bitch, like, be blunt, why don't you? So she was like, why? Like, did y'all break up? And of course, Molly take that as a dig, like, why you just assume we broke up? Because I'm just horrible at relationships. And Molly was like, no, I think I need to keep those parts of my life separate. And Issa was like, what that mean? And Molly said, this relationship is really important to me, and I want to protect that. Does that make sense to you? And Issa was like, I gotta work, so, and they both just hang up the phone, and it was just hella awkward, and things are just hella fucked up. And then we see next week that it don't look like Molly gonna even show up, and that's gonna be the thing that's gonna further push their friendship to nothing when she doesn't even come to support her at the event. And I also think that that's gonna be the thing that brings Nathan back around, her probably reaching out to Nathan to see if Nathan can get Andrew to help her with the talent. So I think that's going to be the way we get Nathan back into the storyline. So that's my take on Insecure. Let's call Monsieur to get her take on tonight's episode. Now she knew I was calling her. flies. Niggas and flies. Let's try to call her ass again. Okay. All right. Well, she ain't answer the phone. We'll try that shit again next week. Thank y'all for watching this review. I love you guys. Let's talk down below about Issa and Molly's breakdown of their relationship or their friendship. What you thought about tonight's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on next week's review video. Bye.